today I actually want to talk about marketing strategies. So we all need a marketing strategy. And I do think that sometimes creators struggle with the concept of a marketing strategy because it sounds heavy. It sounds intense. It sounds like you need a 50-page PowerPoint or some sort of just large document. And really the goal here of your strategy is helping you making sure that your content is aligned. And so I want to talk about that. And that's what today's episode's about. So today I'm going to get into kind of a little bit of a way you can change the way you approach your marketing strategy by maybe calling it something different. And I'm going to share some examples and I'm going to share some tips so that you can, quite frankly, create better and create more content. So let's get into it. You have gifts to share with the world. You know it, you feel it, it's inside of you. This podcast is going to help you make sure that you don't let your gifts go ungiven. Welcome to the podcast where we believe action is what creates courage and embracing your authentic self is the key to success. I'm your host, Melanie Diane Howe. Join me as I help you break through limiting beliefs and embrace your true personal brand to market yourself. I'm going to help you overcome fears and take action to create more courage, more confidence, more content, and more visibility so that you can make progress toward your dreams. This is starting to sound like a mindset podcast, which it is, but I'll also teach you tips, technology, and techniques to create better content you're not only proud of, but also speaks to your audience. Whether you're an entrepreneur or someone seeking personal growth, tune in for straight up, no nonsense advice that'll help you show up, take action, and become the badass you're meant to be. You belong here. Now let's get to work. I think that a lot of times people get hung up on the concept of a marketing strategy. Content strategy, of course, is another term for it because, here's the deal. Your marketing strategy is also your content strategy. So a marketing strategy, of course, is going to include so many things. It needs to align with the goals of your organization or your business. So you need to understand what your goals are first. I find so often when I meet with people or have met with people in the past that they want help with their marketing, but then I sit down and I say, okay, great. What are we trying to accomplish here? And they look at me like I'm speaking a foreign language. Even if it's a restaurant or an actual business, an agency, a brick and mortar, retail store, an entrepreneur, a thought leader, it doesn't matter. I do find that a lot of people struggle with understanding that they need to sit down with their goals first. So first of all, before you can really think about your marketing strategy, you do need to have a general understanding and you need to be able to articulate what are we trying to accomplish here? And I think the easy answer is, I want to grow. I want more subscribers, or I want to make money. I want my YouTube channel to help me. I want it to be monetized, or simply, I want to make more money. Of course, I think all those things matter. And I think all those things are generally understood. But you need to get a little bit more specific. So, who are we trying to attract? Are we trying to grow so that we can open another location? Are we trying to grow because we need to sell, enough of our products so that we can bring in new products because the season's going to change? Do we need to, handle the down months because June and July are really slow in my business? So I need to make sure that I, maintain steady income, et cetera, et cetera. I hope you're following what I'm saying here. You have to understand what's going on in your world and in your business to be able to create goals. You need to have short-term goals and you need to have long-term goals. Now, I am not going to make this episode about goal planning and all that. Maybe that's a future episode, but it might simply this. We'll cover this and we're going to move forward. You need to have a goal. You need to have goals, right? So start with your goals. Then your marketing strategy is going to support those goals. Your marketing strategy is going to align your activities so that your activities are strategic in trying to accomplish those goals. For example, if you're trying to grow to a point where you're going to open a second location, well, you have certain things you're going to need to do. You're going to need to, where's that location? Where are you targeting that location to be? You need to be doing research. You need to be making sure that you're present in this area so that when you do open, that there's, some awareness. You're going to go through an awareness campaign. So you may have to do some ads. You may need to do some other things, all those things, right? So that's kind of just a simple example. So when it comes to your marketing strategy, though, I do want you to be thinking about your content. And your content, what I mean by that is, how do people get to know you? So in general, there are 5 phases in a customer's journey. And one is discovery. How do they even find out about you in the first place? Then they're going to do some research. They got to decide, is this the right fit for me? Do I even like this person? Do I like this company? Do I like this business? They may do some sampling, right? Maybe you're a restaurant. They're going to pop in your restaurant. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. They're going to watch a couple of your episodes. You have a podcast. They're going to listen to an episode. Maybe they discovered you because you were a guest in somebody else's show. So they're going to find you and they're going to kind of stalk you a little bit. This is a very critical stage in the journey. Now I'm going to come back to this stage. The next phase after they do their research and learn about you more is they have to decide, do they want to is there an opportunity? You're presenting them with an opportunity, and that opportunity is either to make a purchase or to, subscribe or to make an appointment or to call you or to reach out, contact you, download your lead magnet, join your email list, whatever these things are. You are presenting them with decisions, opportunities, and they are either going to decide to move forward or they are not. And if they move forward, then they become a customer or a subscriber, or it's a continuous relationship at this point. So if they're a customer, there's been a transaction. If they're a subscriber and they're going to follow you, there's going to be continuous transactions, right? Let's say that customer, maybe your offer is a subscription. Well, they're a continuous customer. This is an ongoing thing. The last phase of the journey, I always like to say, is optional. And this all depends on the experience you create. So if you can create a wonderful experience and you can create fans or people that just absolutely loved your experience, they love the experience they had with you in your restaurant, or they love your product so much it's made major transformations, they are then going to advocate for you. So the last phase of the journey is advocacy. These are the people that are referring people to you. They are going on social media, they're posting pictures and saying, you got to check out this new restaurant, it's amazing, et cetera, et cetera. That is going to help other people learn about you and discover you. And then those people are going to go through those phases I just described, right? Now, people do not necessarily go from one phase to the other. They may learn about you and they check you out and they decide that person's not for me. They then exit this process. They exit this journey. So the largest quantity of people in this journey are the people who discover you. The least quantity of people are your advocates, because just simply they dwindle as they get further and further along with you. It doesn't mean that you're not great. It just simply means not every person who discovers you is going to become an advocate for you. Not every person who discovers you is going to become a customer, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of the way that this whole process works. By the way, I also just described the marketing funnel, aka sales funnel. So you just got a little marketing 101. That's a lesson that's been around forever and ever. So if you'd never heard about this before, you now understand the marketing funnel, at least at a very high level. But let's go back to this learning discovery phase. This is the second phase in the journey. If you don't have any content out there, how are they going to learn about you? How are they going to figure out if they actually want to, go further with you? As if you're just somebody who's word of mouth said, you got to go check out this restaurant. I guess we're going to stick with the restaurant theme today. If you're, somebody says you got to go listen to this podcast, it's the same concept, but there's nothing there. Well, then it's hard for these people to make a decision. And in today's society, more and more people are less willing to try things out without a little research of their own. They want to stalk you online. They want to get some samplings of your vibe, if you will. Even if you're a restaurant, they want to go look at photos. They want to see your menu. They want to see your prices. And if you don't have a website with this information, if you're not on Google, if you don't have your stuff optimized where they can check you out on Yelp or wherever they want to check you out, they are less likely, or it will take them longer and it will require more people advocating for you for them to make this decision to actually go into your restaurant and try it out. Now, not everybody's decision criteria is the same. Some people are just super excited for a new local business or a new restaurant and they love to check things out. Their decision criteria is simpler, but you're going to find that that's less and less. as people have become accustomed to knowing information is out there and readily available for them to do this sort of sampling process, this little self-research, they expect it. So therefore, when they don't find anything, there's nothing there, well, they are less likely to feel connected to you. And so that's why content is important. And content comes in multiple forms. It comes in the form of social media. It comes in the form of videos, a YouTube channel. It comes in the form of podcasts. It comes in the form of, a blog on your website or information on your website. So content is key. Content is all over. Now, even email marketing is a form of content. This is just information and it's content. It's content that you're delivering to them. So it's extremely critical that you have content that they can explore. So sometimes this is really the whole point of where the main point here, that I'm landing the plane on this one right now. And that is that when it comes to thinking about your content strategy, thinking about your marketing strategy, sometimes I always encourage people, don't get too overwhelmed or too intimidated by the term marketing strategy or content strategy. If you actually just simply rephrase this, it will help you understand what needs to be in your content strategy. So one of the ways that I like to encourage people, and one of the ways I want you to be thinking about this, is don't call it a content strategy. Call it a helping strategy. And the reason we call it a helping strategy is because your content should be valuable. It should provide value to whoever is consuming your content. Now, if it's as simple as a restaurant, you may say, Melanie, pretty pictures of our dishes or our restaurant, how is that helping anyone? Well, you're helping people get a taste, pun intended, of your restaurant. And again, the vibe. So you are actually helping people. Now, the other twist you can throw here is maybe there's something about your restaurant that's very unique. In fact, here locally where I live, there's a new restaurant. I have not checked it out yet. I don't know the name of it. I cannot think of it off the top of my head. I literally just learned about this through social media like 2 days ago. And it is like it's where they mix drinks, like they make, and they're not cocktails. Like, do you remember, at least when I was a kid in the 80s, we would sometimes make these drinks, and I don't even know why we called them this. We called them suicides. And it was literally where you walked up to the fountain machine and you took your cup and you put ice in it, and then you put a squirt of every single thing in that fountain machine available to you. Or you would, like, I remember at our local pool, there was a fountain machine, and it had some flavored sodas, but they had regular sodas. And so you would do like a Sprite or like Mountain Dew, but then you go over to like a blueberry syrup and you would add all these flavors, and your drink usually it looked brownish purple when you were done with it, but it tasted unique and different. From what I can understand, this place, it is kind of like that concept, except it's all curated for you. And I'm thinking to myself, this needs to be explained further to me, because one, the concept of it is a bit different. It's a bit foreign. It's not like a cheeseburger restaurant or an ice cream shop that everybody pretty much can kind of get a general feel for what to expect and the type of food. I'm like, is it just drinks? I mean, I have more questions than I have answers, right? And so the content that they can be providing can be helping me understand the concept of this restaurant or why I even need it or want it. So I'm actually going to walk away from the restaurant or dining example, and I'm going to go into, if you are, somebody who is, offering services, you're a consultant, or you have a course, or you have a product or a subscription-based model that people will understand, weight loss programs, fitness programs, so many ideas here. Sometimes your content, the helping aspect of your content, is actually to help them understand why they even need your services in the first place. So you might be educating people on the side effects of certain diet fads or certain foods, or how some people think that eating salads are healthy, but you're actually educating people that, hey, salads can be healthy, but they can also be a lot of empty calories, not a lot of nutrition, just basically putting stuff in your stomach. In fact, a lot of salad dressings are loaded with sugar and loaded with, sodium and all these things that are not necessarily what you want to be fueling your body with. So you're educating people. And then let's say you're educating them on some of the side effects of salads, but then you're also helping them by understanding what they should be doing instead. So you're kind of opening people's eyes, right? And so you're helping them understand new concepts, new directions. You're also helping them understand new opportunities or new options for them when it comes to whatever experience they're trying to, achieve, whether that is literally, I just want somewhere fun to take my kids because summer's here and now they're out of school. And so we're going to go to this weird drink place and we're going to get all these really weird sodas and weird drinks because it's something to do. You would want to educate them on, hey, bored with the kids this summer. Here are a few ideas of what you could do to keep them busy. Oh, by the way, you can also come in and get some of our drinks. So you're literally giving them tips on how to keep their kids busy this summer. But at the same time, they're going to remember that tip you gave them. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, that weird drink place. Let's go check it out. Or back to the fitness example, you're helping somebody understand, you're demystifying something, or you're busting myths. Oh, salads aren't good for me. What? How come? Why? Oh, but I can make my own salad dressing at home. Awesome. They just gave me this free recipe on their YouTube video. Now I know how to make my own salad dressing. Well, guess what? Now you're intrigued by this person. Oh, by the way, they also offer, or they have a cookbook that you can buy, or they offer a program or a course or a group coaching program to lose weight this summer. Well, sweet. I really appreciate their information. It's very helpful to me and it helped me learn new things. I trust them more. Now I want to enroll in their program. So again, your content needs to be helpful. So if you spin the word a little bit and we kind of change the way we phrase these things from marketing strategy, content strategy, and we just simply think of it as a helping strategy, then that is going to possibly help you unlock new ideas for your content. And so I want you to be thinking of it in this different way. Use this podcast episode as a perfect example. Hopefully, at least that's my goal. I just delivered information to you for the last 15 minutes or so that is helping you create a content strategy, helping you create more content, helping you hone in the ideas for what your content should be. Line it up with your goals. How can you help people move through this journey, right, to getting to a place of becoming a customer or, even better, an advocate, right? So thinking about that, what information, how can your content help them go from that second phase or even go from discovery into learning, because they kind of blend together a little bit. They discover you, they're going to check you out, make sure the stuff that you have out there available to them is helping them make a decision about who you are, whether they like you, whether they can get to know you, can they trust you, therefore become a customer. That's the whole goal, right? Or become a person who's helping you achieve the goals that you want for your organization, your business, or yourself. And so there you have it. Hopefully this episode was helpful for you, because that is my goal with everything I do, whether that be inspiring you, motivating you, educating you, or just quite frankly, getting you off your butt and getting you confidence that you need to go create more content to reach more people out there. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to wrap this one up for now. So go create more content and be helpful.